I'm a groundwater consultant. What I do is that I help people to identify a spot and then recommend the depth that they would do a borehole. Then help them to have the borehole, have their tanks and all that, and the pumps and all that. So that's what I do, and it has helped me to travel a lot out in this country. It's really demoralizing that this country does not take water seriously.
Yeah.
I think I don't know why the things that I'm passionate about, the government is not
passionate about them.
So water is a basic right. It's a human right in our constitution. So it means that the government is supposed to provide everybody with clean water. So unfortunately, they cannot provide that. And then when you drill your borehole,
it becomes too expensive.
They still, even after drilling it, they still charge you.
Yeah.
So it's like, I always argue that it's like you have hired a watchman because the area is insecure, and it is the role of the government to protect you. And then they say, if you've hired a watchman, you have to pay extra tax. I remember in class 4,
yes,
we were going to have a Parents' Day, and they were asking people to volunteer to recite
poems.
So if you have a poem, if you have a song, if you just have anything that you can present, that you go. And if you recall, class 4 Kiswahili book had the poem chura nataka kujua furahayo kitu gani kila kitokea hapo mvua
warejea sijui kitandani.
That one.
Yeah.
So, but you see, I'm a confident guy. I'm an extrovert who stammers and all that. So I volunteered for recite chura. So the whole school has been called after break time. Now it was the rehearsals were to happen after break time up to lunchtime.
Yeah.
And I'm there and I'm called to recite.
Yeah.
And I couldn't speak in front of school. That was like the opening in my head, like, wow, I stammer.
Yeah.
My mom stammers. So I picked it from my mother. There were only two
2009 is recent.
Yeah, there were only 2. And they operated from Aga Khan and from Nairobi Hospital, which means that they were out of reach for the common man. Kenyatta University started the course.
Oh, the special education.
In special education. So there are people who specialize in speech and language therapy. So now that increased the number. So now we have quite a number of them.
Oh, okay.
Even in schools, in special schools, they are there.
Yeah.
So that has helped. The moment you begin to write, that you begin to write earlier.
In your mind,
in your experiences and all that. And I agreed with him because even this book, it was a lived experience. I'm a Luo who grew up among Luyas. So it was, by then I didn't know that it will end up in a book. I just used to have to take note of these among Luos, these among Luyas. And to me it was like, it's just life. It's just
it was normal
for me.
Yes.
So it is when I began to sit down and write, is when I realized, wow. So I had all these inside of me. Ethnically, we are so ethnic-centered.
Yeah.
And it is just, and it is always unfortunate when you are asked for your second name.
Yes.
So that you can be placed in a box.
Yes. So where do you come from?
Yes, where do you come from? I love children. I think that's one of the if you ask me about the values I have, when it comes to children, it just reaches me. So there's this part where they asked the women who were friends to her to rise up and commit to help bring up the 2 girls. And I cried because now I was like, at at 8 years old, you are going to grow up without a mother. So one of the values that I live with is to protect and to teach children. That's huge for me. Yes, and then education. I think it also involves children.
Yeah.
That is why I'm so involved at the Kaimosi Friends Primary School. And even out of that, I also help so many people through school when they are in a crisis, just crisis of life. And I always, of late is when I'm appreciating my 3 years suspension from campus.
Welcome to another episode of the Power Narrative Podcast by Dr. Zippy Okoth. And today we have Kenyatta Otieno. Kenyatta is a water engineer, or what we call hydrogeologist. He'll tell us the difference between that and a hydrologist, which we know. And karibu sana, Kenyatta.
Asante sana.
Yes.
I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, I've been watching you interviewing people, so I was like, wow. Yeah, so at last, so I'm like in this wonderful place. So I hope you're going to have a nice time.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know, you are one of the people who have written about Luo history.
Yes.
And so that is not a mean feat. That's yeah, we only know about the migration of the Luo, that normal story. But beyond that, you have gone ahead and told us more about that.
About it. I've tried to demystify history because what we always have as history is more of legends. I've argued that most of the stories that we have, they are not real because people live. When people live, they don't live to create history.
Yeah.
They live to survive, they live to thrive, they live to enjoy. So it is after all this has happened is when they'll go and ask, where did we come from?
Yeah.
So that's when they'd bring the issue of Ramogi Ajwang and Ubaya Mubi. But in essence, not every Luo is a grandson of Ramogi Ajwang. Not every Kikuyu is a grandchild of Mumbi.
Yeah.
So, but now these are things that are created much later so as to create a cohesive group. So I tried to help people demystify that in the book, which I hope they are appreciating.
Let's hope so. I mean, your book has been doing well.
Yeah.
It is this book, Kavirondo, the story of Luos and Luyas, which we will talk about also later on in the discussion.
Yeah.
But tell us, Kenyatta, you are writing about history. But on this other side, you're a water expert, you're a water engineer.
I'm a hydrogeologist.
Yes.
The other week, we were at African Forward Summit. And we had some events for writers at Alliance Française. I hope I have pronounced that
well.
that well. And there's this writer from Tunisia who came and said, you don't begin to write the moment you begin to write. That you begin to write earlier.
In your mind.
In your experiences and all that. And I agreed with him because even this book, it was a lived experience. I'm a Luo who grew up among Luyas. So it was, by then I didn't know that it will end up in a book. I just used to have to take note of these among Luos, he's among Luyas. And to me, it was like, it's just life. It's just
it was normal
for me.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is when I began to sit down and write, is when I realized, wow. So I had all this inside of me. So now that is how I brought it. Because it's not more on the expertise end, it's more on
your experience.
On experience. Yes. But as I was doing the writing, I also began to read about history. And I can say I have read more history than the average history graduate.
More history of general, more history of the Luos and Luyas.
More history of general. than an average
historian.
Because
Okay.
I've read about the Middle East crisis.
Oh.
Yes, I've read about West African history. Especially, I'm usually fascinated about Nigeria, and I've read a bit about them, their history, how they have ended up to be where they are. I've read about the history of South Africa and how they ended up to have South Afrikaans as a language.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. It was initially a Sheng.
Oh, really?
A Sheng-like language.
Because
that was
we
called,
thought that Afrikaans are a group of whites who speak South African language.
you see, the whites in South Africa were initially Dutch, and then a British came, and then after that it was a mixture of people from all over. The Jews came from Europe, and all that.
Yeah.
But now the Dutch came and they employed South African women as house help.
Yeah.
So they began to give instructions in Dutch that
That's
was
mixed.
simple
Yeah.
for the Africans.
Oh,
So initially
and that is became
it was called a
Afrikaans.
kitchen Dutch. That is how it was originally called, a kitchen Dutch. Actually, there were whites did not like it. They used to spice
It's like
it.
pidgin English.
And then
Yes.
at some
And our share.
point,
Yeah.
it was adopted as a language.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So you see, I've read a bit of history, despite being a hydrogeologist.
Despite being a hydrogeologist.
Yes.
Maybe you are following the Nile because your love for the Nile and your love for water is what made you write.
Yes, and I also have to ask questions. It's like when I was having a look at the Zulu, they are Bantus, and yet they have a high regard for cattle.
Yeah.
So I was asking, are these people really Bantus, or were they people who came from the Nile,
yeah.
where livestock was highly appreciated, and they ended up in
because Bantus are supposed to be farmers.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it is.
And the Nilotes are supposed to keep animals more.
Yes. So it is now by asking such questions that I end up with such a book.
In fact, that now makes sense because I'm just looking at it now. People from Western Kenya, we love meat,
Yes.
Yeah, but I've never thought about it like we are the animal keepers as Nilotes. And if you look at Kalenjins also, they also.
But when you have a look at Luos, we have really been influenced by the Bantus who became lawyers.
Yes.
We should also appreciate that. Initially, we only heard the word Uya from 1949. Before that, there was no simply Antu Kavirondo. Yes, they were just Antu Kavirondo. So they have really influenced us. Despite Luos being pastoralists, we appreciate chicken more than a goat. It's because our mothers were Bantus.
Yeah.
Yes. So they brought the culture of
chicken.
Kenya kiingia kuchinja kuku. Yeah.
And then there's a certain age where if you've reached, you cannot eat chicken as a woman.
But also, if you have a look at history, South Africans were bright. You see, chicken is high in protein and fat. So if a married woman eats chicken, they'll end up to have a bigger baby. In the age when healthcare was not so advanced, a bigger baby would mean
difficulty
at birth and endangers the life of a woman. So it was like it wasn't that the men were after eating the best
chicken. In fact, the best
meat
parts
and the best parts of the chicken. It was to protect a woman. But I know when it comes from a woman's mouth, it won't be like
No, nowadays we eat every part of the
you eat it,
chicken.
but also the healthcare has improved.
Yeah, the health has
healthcare.
improved.
Also for gizzard, I was actually surprised to learn that gizzard is high
In protein.
in potassium,
Oh, okay.
which is essential in the formation of semen.
Aha.
That is why the old man of the house
Oh,
was the
used
one
to eat gizzard.
gizzard. So Africans were
Science.
sharp.
Africans were sharp, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Kenyatta, you are many things, and one of the things is you are the founder of the Stammering Kenya.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, I stammer.
Yeah.
I remember in class 4,
Yes.
we were going to have a parents' day,
Mm-hmm.
and they were asking people to volunteer to recite
Poems.
So if you have a poem, if you have a song, if you just have anything that you can present,
Yeah.
that you go. And if you recall class 4 Kiswahili book, had the poem Chura nataka kujua furahayo kitu gani kila kitokeapo mvua
warejea sijui kitandani.
That one.
Yeah.
So, but you see, I'm a confident guy. I'm an extrovert who stammers and all that. So I volunteered to recite Chura. So the whole school has been called after break time. Now it was rehearsals were to happen after break time up to lunchtime.
Yeah.
And I'm there. And I'm called to recite.
Yeah.
And I couldn't speak in front of school. That was like the opening in my head, like, wow, I stammer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So in class 4. The other memory I have was in Asari school.
Yeah.
We used to live in Akuru then.
Yeah.
And for some reason, again, I was picked to recite a poem or something in the town hall for Nakuru. And when I began, I remember our teacher, she actually stopped a presentation and she called me aside and we talked, and then
you went back.
I went back and
did it.
Yes, and I did it. Now, after that, now it is this class 4 when I couldn't say chura, as in that I stopped at chura.
Yeah.
I couldn't say anything.
And then what happened?
I didn't present in the parents' day.
So you just went front and you said chura, then somebody else now was called?
No, I couldn't now. Now it was that my... So I struggled to speak. I couldn't speak, and the whole school burst into laughter. And that was it. So I walked out. Yeah. So
class 4, you were how old?
I was, by then I think I was
maybe 10.
Maybe 10.
So how did that feel?
I can't remember how it felt. It is just that I am an extrovert
and very confident.
so
and then also in primary school, people are always laughing at almost everything. So it didn't strike you as the stammering.
Didn't hit me. And then I think after that, I was I acted in a verse thereabout. But when I reached class 6, I joined scouting. And then in class 7, I was actually again tasked to command scouts in the parade. And I did it fluently. So I ended up to become a scout troop leader.
Wow.
Yes, with it. So it has been there. But for me, I'm the type of person who will have a chat with a stranger.
Yeah.
Whether I stammer or not. Yeah.
Because, actually, I think when we first met, that must have been 2013 or 2014.
Thereabout.
Do you know that very first time I didn't get it that you're a stammerer?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that, there are people who just speak slowly.
Slowly, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then later on is when I was like, yeah.
I've really managed to cope with it.
Yes.
There are times that it is so acute, but there are times when I'm sure people would be like, no, he doesn't stammer, because I'll just enter a place and I'll speak
Yeah.
just like a normal person, and it goes.
Yes.
So that is how it is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So in 2009,
Yeah.
I think I was referred to a group called Nairobi Stammering Support Group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a small group of people who generally could not afford speech therapy.
Uh-huh.
So and by then we only had 2 speech therapists in Kenya. One of them was called Emma Shah, who relocated to the UK. So now it is her who created that support group. It wasn't registered. It was just
Like
an
in the
informal
whole
group.
country.
Then there were only two
You know,
speech
2009 is
therapists.
recent.
Yeah, there were only 2, and they
Yeah.
operated from Aga Khan and from Nairobi Hospital, which means that they were out of reach for the common man. So now these other people who are brought there, she could only now help them within that support group.
Yeah.
So Emma Shah is the one who started it. And then when I joined, is when I was like, so you people, we can have, he's registered, we can be big. And I remember I was at NTV, I went about promoting it and all that. Yeah, and it was registered. So now it is, as much as I am not as actively involved in it, but it is
You're
active
founding
there.
member.
It is active there. It is helping people. They are holding events and all that. And I appreciate that.
So right now, how many speech therapists do we have approximately?
Because Kenyatta University started the course.
Or the special education.
In special education. So there are people who specialize in speech and language therapy. So now that increased the number. Yeah, so now we have quite a number of them.
Oh, okay.
Even in schools, in special schools, they are there.
Yeah.
So that has helped. So I'm sure even the other hospitals would have at least one.
Yeah.
Yes, even if it's
because right now I think also we have got a lot of kids who are struggling with speech. And I think Kitambo, that was not really a major concern for parents. But nowadays, considering that we are in a world where speech is very paramount and let me say expression, especially for our country where expression is part of our rights. Yeah. So for children, I think it's very important for the speech therapist to be there. And I think it's good that nowadays they even identified as early as 4 years, 5 years, the delays so that they can start the therapy early.
Yes. So it helps.
Yes.
So it helps to at least help that. But stammering is in 2 forms.
Yeah.
There is the one that is inborn, that you acquire from your genes, and then
it's genetic.
Yes, then there is the one that is acquired, maybe at birth, due to issues or at birth or whatever, or an injury as you are growing. So which is called developmental stammering. So mine is actually genetic. My mom stammers. So I picked it from my mother.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
There is also a situation where I know somebody who just used to speak fluently.
Yeah.
Then they went to teach, they studied special education. Then they went to teach deaf kids.
Yeah.
And now they stammer.
Yes. Now that is developmental. And most of it is also not explainable, because they have tried to also to look at the gene that causes it, but that's a very complex area. So they have not been able to identify
that.
The gene. Even as you grow, there are people who've had it in the course of life, and it's not easy to explain how it came about. Some say it's trauma, some say whatever, but I think also the
Yeah.
people involved have not really taken it
Time to
serious
study it.
to
Yeah.
invest in the research around it.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kenyatta, you went through high school,
Yes.
and then tell us about now your education story, because
So in primary school, I was at a Kaimosi Friends Primary School. And
Uh-huh.
actually, Kaimosi Friends Primary School, I always say that everything that I know, everything that I am today is due to Kaimosi Friends Primary School.
Uh-huh.
That's where a teacher, Mr. Bosi,
Yeah.
I realized I could write.
Yes.
And he encouraged me to write. He even started a school as magazine, and I was one of the editors and all that. So I started to write back then. And you also, I've talked about my scouting
Yeah.
things. So even as a leader, that is where that potential was also identified early. So Emosi Friends helped me to have a positive outlook to who I am. Then, so outside school, so we would speak Luya.
Yeah.
So I speak fluent Luya, which also helped me to
In
write
writing the book.
Kavirondo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I speak fluent Luya. And the Kenyatta who speaks Luya, especially Kitiriki, doesn't stammer a lot because the Luya language is a bit
Slow.
flowing on the tongue.
Because English, I always say for me, like let me say for Kiswahili, I have to translate Kiswahili to English and to Luo to understand. So,
yes.
So Tiriki maybe you don't need to translate, it's direct.
I don't need to.
Yeah.
It flows. But now I used to struggle to speak the Luo because the Luo has words that are clear. It's like it is spoken in staccato.
Intonation
and staccatos.
Yeah.
As in, you have to say each word as it is. But see, with the Kiluya, some words are
just go
to gloss over.
And
you just
I get it. The way we always say Luya speak.
But you see, it's not that hard. You say you say and it flows like that.
Yes.
So it's always easier to speak that. And I appreciate Kaimosi Friends for just allowing me that, to introduce me to drama and all that. So it helped to give me
the confidence
and a positive image of who I am. Then I went to high school to Vihiga Boys. Vihiga is I always say it is under the rock. Because just outside the school are actually
big rocks.
Yeah, 3 of them, which even gave the county that name. Vihiga is
it means what?
Kitkendo. Kitkendo, Mahiga. Mahiga is actually...
Oh, because now the 3 stones...
yes. It's for cooking.
Yes.
Now, that they are just outside a school gate. So now that's where I was in high school. In high school, I also acted in drama. And I remember acting as a radical student leader. Yes, I didn't know that some years after that I'll end up
being a radical
student leader. And it was okay.
That's where you met the friends we had, Akinorengo.
Yes.
I mean, not the Orengo, the current governor. There's another Orengo who's a common friend of ours.
Yes. So in high school, I was more into... So I think I decided to concentrate more on academics. But I used to love drama. So I did that and dance and all that. So there's not really much to write home about me, about high school per se. But Vihiga High School helped me because I had a challenge to pay school fees. And Vihiga High School, identifying that I'm a bright kid, they told me I will never be be
Sent
sent
home,
home
yeah.
for fees. So I managed to clear high school, and that is how now I ended up at the University of Nairobi. And I'll say it now, being a stammerer, when we were choosing courses, I was like, I can take any course, but it can't be education. Because education, shall have to teach.
you have to
And
speak
then much later
constantly.
in
Actually,
life,
yes.
I've realized I'm actually a very good
You're
teacher.
a good teacher. Yes.
I'm actually a very good teacher.
Yeah.
So it is such ironies that I've also ended up as a historian. And sometimes I regret, I wish I decided to change my course from a Bachelor of Science
Yeah.
to a BA
Bachelor
in
of Education
anthropology,
Science.
anthropology,
Yeah.
or say literature and other things. I think I'd be more.
It will be more at home for you.
Yeah, at home for me. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
It's just that you always know that when you're a bright kid,
Yeah.
you're always asked to do
the technical STEM.
technical course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm here. I'm enjoying everything I'm doing.
So
And
at the
yes,
university, you picked Bachelor of Science.
So it was just an emerald course. So initially I did mathematics, chemistry, and geology. Then I ended up to do geology now in my third and final year.
Yeah.
Now that is after I spent 3 years on suspension. So I returned in third year. I returned in third year and I did geology up to the end and I graduated.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I think that's one of the very few rare courses in this country.
Yeah.
My brother also, I think, went that same line.
Yes.
He did a Bachelor of Science, I think, geography, physics and maths.
Yeah.
And then he went and did, I think, double geography. There's something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's a climatologist, or what do you call it?
Yeah. They have those options of either climatology
or meteorology.
Demographers.
No, I think him is a climatologist. So that's what he has done.
You see, geography is half science, half social science.
Yes.
So those who are inclined to science would be climatologists. And then those who are inclined to the social sciences of the people, the human end, would be demographers or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes. So that is it. And sometimes people wonder how a stammerer would be a student leader.
A student leader, yes.
But what I am good at, I'm good with people.
Yes.
The older ones and the younger ones.
Yeah.
I actually also, I'm also the founder of Kaimosi Friends Alumni Association.
Oh, they didn't have that. That's an old school.
Yes, and you know, Kaimosi Friends is the oldest school in Kenya, established in 1902.
I use it. That's why I'm wondering, how come they didn't have an alumni association?
They didn't have it. Yep. The primary schools usually will leave primary school when we haven't formed
associations.
When we haven't formed an identity of who we are. So usually that happens in high school, and it's why high schools have
the ones with alumni
associations.
Yes.
So I could even say that could be like the initial alumni association
for primary schools.
Yeah. So I helped with some friends. We created it in 2010. Yes, and you see now we managed to help a school at a certain time, because a school is a boarding school and a day school. But then they introduced free primary education, which now hit that school hard. Imagine in our days, we were 1,500 at one point.
In your days during that time?
Yeah,
yes.
At school. But when in 2010, they were not even 500 pupils in the school, because now it's a free primary
kids
education.
Could go to any school.
It's a free primary education. The school didn't have resources to run, because they used they used to actually pay school fees. We used to pay school fees in the past. So now with that, results were a bit not so good. And now parents
removed their kids.
Their
You know,
kids.
we've never thought about it like that. We just keep thinking that pre-primary education, now every child can go to school, but you're not thinking of the resources.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see, upholding school is actually special. Yeah, you don't do that to upholding school. A boarding school is it has other expenses that a school doesn't have. So when we realized that, we entered a school and we tried to prop it up. We prop up the academics, infrastructure, and all that. So now that's what we are continuing to do, and we are happy that last year, Amos Friends was the best school in Vihiga County.
Oh,
yes, it's
so it has kept upholding his name.
It has returned to on top. In our years, it was the best school.
Because when I hear the name Kaimosi, I remember a lot with the sports, even drama. They're very, very good in it.
Yes.
I think both the high school, there's also high school, right?
There's a high school there and a college. It's a complex.
Yeah.
It is where the Friends Church missionaries head there. It's actually the headquarters of Friends Church. Yeah, so it has a hospital, it has the primary school, it has the girls' high school, it has the boys' high school, it has a special school, it has a teachers' college, it has a Bible college.
Are you serious?
It has a technical institute.
Oh, because actually when it started in 1902, that is basically the missionaries.
Yes. So everything is there. Everything is there. So now that's what we've done, and we're happy that a school is now on the way up again. Back in the day, so after it went down, now the other schools
started coming out.
In the county, but now at least we are reclaiming our spot. Yeah.
Tell us about your book. This is the first one I remember.
Yes.
Run Your Race.
Yes. I Run Your Race.
I think people should read this book because right now there's a lot of competition. Like I want to be like so and yet you don't know whether that person is just living on loans.
Doing things. Actually, this book, it combines geology, it combines the Bible, and and my running thing. There's a time I used to do
morning runs.
Yes, morning runs. And I would write experience from that. So they ended up in a book. And I've actually divided everything in life into 3 stages. So the bronze, the silver, and the gold. Yeah. So now everything in life has that. So if you have a look at high school, as a Form 1, academics, you breeze, as in you just fly over the
exams.
What is biology?
Yes. Hey, but not everyone was flying over them. You know, Kenyatta. Not everyone was flying. Some of us were flying over English, but not chemistry and physics.
But then you reach Form 3.
Yeah.
And you meet mole concept.
Mole.
And you are hammered. And then you enter Form 4 and you're like, now
I have to do it.
Now it's more applications, the word, and it's a bit manageable. So now that's also what happens in life. When you enter anything, it's easy, so you're passionate, but halfway, things will get hard. Things will get tough. That is in everything. And then after now you overcome that tough season. Now, whether it is hard or difficult or what, now you are able to flow into it. Even in a marriage, when you enter it, you are all over each other, you'll love each other, and then that season end. And you start asking, who is this I got married to?
So, then you overcome that.
So that marriage will only survive if you overcome that. So now that is how this book is all about. It's just about races of life and what it takes to overcome and all that.
Yeah.
So I've put geology, a Bible, and
Your
running.
personal
I actually
experience.
ran the half marathon.
Yeah.
And it
Half
is
marathon is 21 kilometers.
yes, and it is actually like that. It was from an Ayo Stadium.
Yeah.
So we came up University Way, then we returned. By the
Yeah.
time so I was reaching, there's like a small hill after that hill, Selassie roundabout.
Yes.
Imagine that hill now. From there onwards was difficult.
I've never done 21. I think the
Should try.
longest I've done is 10 kilometers, and I'm
Then
always
you
like, that's enough
go,
for
then
me.
you go. Then imagine by the time I'm reaching ICC now.
Yeah.
Hey. Now I'm so exhausted, but in my heart I'm like, I can see.
Yeah.
So
The
I can
end.
see the
Yeah.
end. Now I did everything and finished.
I don't think I can manage 21.
So all that is here. Yes. So
Yeah.
it was my
You're very fast.
first book.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then now Kavirondo. Yes.
And Kavirondo is the one that's right now selling.
Yes, it is now selling, and the aim of writing Kavirondo also, we are really tribal people. Not really short of. Ethnically, we are so ethnic centered.
Yeah.
And it is just and it is always unfortunate when you are asked for your second name.
Yes.
So that you can be placed in a box.
Yes. That is, so where do you come from?
Yes, where do you come from? What's your second name? What's your other name?
Just and
say,
it's amazing. Our kids will say, where do you come from? Nairobi. Then somebody like, no, you're home. And they'll be like, home is in Nairobi.
Yeah. To see, it has made us to have an attitude towards our origin, which it shouldn't be, because an ethnic group is an identity.
Yeah.
And here I've written about Tirikis, whom I grew up with in Kaimosi.
Yeah.
And you see, for me, if I decide today that I want to become a Tiriki, I will become a Tiriki. All it needs, because I have a son, is to agree to have my son circumcised a Tiriki way.
Yes.
And I'll become a Tiriki. So, and that is how I believe
initiation
ethnicity should be.
Yeah.
So last week, I was at KU to talk to the postgraduate students in the Department of History.
Yeah.
And they asked, did assimilation stop when colonialists arrived? Because in Kavirondo, I've actually written that there was no Luo elected MP in Siaya County in 2022. As in Nilotic Luo.
Yes.
There was none. So now after that, talking to people, they asked me, and who is a Luo? Then how does a Bantu end up as a Luo? Yes, say for example, David Ochieng, the MP for Kenya.
Because we always
he
say...
He claims openly he's a Marachi.
The father is Marachi?
No, he
because
is Marachi.
We say, even if my mother is Luya and my father is Luo, I am where my father comes from. Yes.
But now I say example Opio Wandai. There are people who claim he's a Luya, who is now a Luo. So they asked me, how did Luos assimilate? So I went to talk about how Luos assimilated other tribes, and it is not only the Luos who assimilated other tribes. Even Luyas, they are a mix of so many other
tribes,
groups. Yeah. So when we talked, they asked me, did assimilation end with the
colonialists? Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, no. It didn't. Yes, it did. Because the government issues you with the
identity,
birth certificate at birth, and then at 18,
again,
ID card, which at the back has your home, your
ethnic
and your home area. And you see, in that form, there's there's a place that you have the clan and the
Yes, your
village
father.
and the
Yes.
mlango and all that. But ethnicity was fluid, which I believe is still practiced by the Irikis up to now. Because Irikis, it doesn't matter who you are. If you agree, if you agree to belong, so you are assimilated.
So, but that is enough for the men.
Yes, for the men.
For the women,
Iriki is a. I said Iriki is a secret. Is a secret society for men.
because for women, I'm like
women, they don't. Their role is to give birth.
They give birth
to Tirikis. But that is another
conversation. Yes.
Yeah. But and so that is how it should be. You take, for example, Unet Mohammed. Unet Mohammed, Okech Salah. These are people who love Luoism, who appreciate
and
the
actually,
Luo people.
we kind of like even believe they're Luos. You know, there's that thing of you have to think deeply when you remember. He's not.
He's not.
Yeah.
So we argued that actually the government should actually allow people to change their ethnicity. It might help us to.
I don't know which one I will change to.
Me automatically I'll become a Tiriki. I'll become a Tiriki.
Kenyatta, what values do you live by?
I'm from a funeral service.
Yeah.
And I had to shed a few tears. Yeah, because it's a young lady who is about 45 years old, who's left her 2 children, 8 years old and 6 years old. And I love children. I think that's one of the if you ask me about the values I have when it comes to children, it just reaches me. So there's this part where they asked the women who were friends to her to rise up and commit to help bring up the 2 girls. And I cried because now I was like, at 8 years old, you are going to grow up without a mother. So one of the values that I live with is to protect and to teach children. That's huge for me. Yes, and then education. I think it also involves children. That is why I'm so involved at the Kaimosi Friends Primary School. And even out of that, I also help so many people through school when they are in a crisis, just crisis of life. And I always, of late is when I'm appreciating my 3 years suspension from campus. Just when it happened, it was tough. It wasn't an easy place because that's when people would talk, relatives would talk, people would have opinions and all that. But of late now, that experience has helped me. I never judge people. Yes, rarely would I judge especially if they are down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in my head, I know it's a season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a season. Yeah. So that is it. But my critical value in life, which is in my WhatsApp status, is that Operation Restore Hope. I think I'm here to restore hope. I think that's all I do every day.
Yeah.
Whether I'm doing the groundwater work, I'm always happy when I see people happy that they have water. I restore hope.
Maybe tell us also about your work. You've talked a lot about the book. Before I ask you this, just tell us your other work.
I'm a groundwater consultant. What I do is that I help people to identify a spot and then recommend the depth that they would do a borehole. Then help them to have the borehole, have their tanks and all that, and the pumps and all that. So that's what I do, and it has helped me to travel a lot in this country. So it has also helped me to meet people, which is my other hobby now. I meet people, I talk to them, I learn, and all that. So water, and sometimes it's really demoralizing that this country does not take water seriously. I think I don't know why the things that I'm passionate about, the government is not
passionate about them.
So water is a basic right. It's a human right in our constitution. So it means that the government is supposed to provide everybody with clean water. So unfortunately, they cannot provide that. And then when you drill your borehole,
it becomes too expensive.
They still, even after drilling it, they still charge you. So it's like, I always argue that it's like you have hired a watchman because the area is insecure, and it is the role of the government to protect you. And then they say, if you've hired a watchman, you have to pay extra tax.
Yeah. Because I always wonder, I think there's a time I consulted you, I was telling you, I need to know what it will cost to drill a borehole in some land there. And I was like, what do you mean I have to pay again?
You have to pay. And it is not small money to just have the authorization to drill. You'll need 20,000. That is to the government. But you also have to pay me
for consultation.
My consult
and the work
fee. Then you have to spend at least $1 million and above to drill and all that.
Again.
And then after that, you have to...
When the water starts coming out, I have to pay for every cubic
25,000. No, you have to pay 25,000, Bob,
before the water comes out,
so that the government allows you to use that water.
Wow.
Then after that, you have to pay for every 1,000 liters. You pay
again. The government.
5 bob, 5 shillings for every 1,000 liters.
I think this is a conversation we need to take.
So it is. It is. I've said it is always demoralizing. But now, when people really need water, and I help them to have that water, and they are happy. So it always brightens my heart. So that's what I do for a living. And also I also do environmental impact assessment. Which is also related to it. Yes, and also along that, I also do geotechnical surveys, because if you want to build a house, there are counties like, say, Kiambu, who have insisted that you have to do a geotechnical
because houses
survey.
are really sinking there.
Because the soil is really thick there. As in, there are areas you would do even 80 meters of red soil. So if you don't do
foundation,
if you don't do your foundations well, then the house is at risk of sinking.
Wow.
So Kiambu County has really been now hard on developers.
But I think that is also very important that they are hard enough on developers, because in the long run, it's helping protect lives.
It protects, but now, so on the other hand, our people do it just to tick the box. They don't.
So they don't really do it.
So
they are like, I had this person. They take the box, then go on constructing.
Yes.
I get you.
So it is also a challenge. But now that's all I do. And then now...
That's not all you do.
Now that's what
formal you do. I do. It's not small, it's big.
And then on the other hand, I'm a writer. I think I am known more
as a writer
than this.
You're so passionate about writing.
Because it I always say it calms my demons.
Yes.
I'm still a radical. I told you that I don't on a TV in my house. So I still have those radical elements
of them
in me.
I'm being shown that we need to wind up very soon. But first of all, choose one and tell us why. Family.
family.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why I chose family? I think family to me is big, and it is one of the things that I place like so important. Yes, and I teach my children that yes, it is important. Yeah, because it is where everything happens. It is where we learn. It is where we learn the cultures of who we are. It is where if the family is healthy, everything else is healthy. Everything else is healthy. So that is why I picked family. And I remember there's a time I attended a parenting class.
Yeah.
And is when I was really surprised that you can actually bring up your children intentionally. As in, you can be intentional about parenting, about the home that you'd want to have, about the family that you'd want to create. So to me, this is huge. So I always say, I'll be happy to fail everywhere else.
Yeah.
I'll be happy if you don't appreciate my writing, but I will be a failure if my son will say that I was a bad father.
Yeah.
Yes, that I'll have failed. But outside here, I don't mind if everything else.
You have already made it.
Yes.
So there's no fear of if you fail.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
you've
I'm
already
saying
made it.
This
Yeah.
is
So here you've made it. So here is where we are waiting.
Now I'm working.
Yeah.
So I'm working on it, and I believe that everybody should actually be intentional about family.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Kenyatta.
Yeah.
I just have one question, which you'll answer it in 30 seconds.
That's okay.
This is a question from my childhood and from many people who have met Stammerers.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were kids, there were two myths that we were told that if you take grass, I don't know if you tie it how, that's a stammerer will now not speak. There was also a seed which looked like a ladybird, black and red. That if you also, I don't know if you put it on your hand or if you swallow it, the stammerer will not speak. Was it true?
So all those are myths. They even say a calabash, that half calabash, a guata. If you cover it upside down, that a stammerer will not speak. We are always anxious about speaking. As in, it's an anxiety. Actually, every stammerer has social anxiety disorder because you have to talk, and it's a challenge. So whether you have that thing upside down or you tie your grass, we will always stammer. so that's a myth.
It's a myth. Yeah, and we tried it. I can't.
Yes. I know. I see.
We tried tying the grass and all that.
But one thing I advise people: do not finish off words for a stammerer. Yes, that is usually
because it confuses now your mind again.
Now, I'm here thinking that I'm wasting your time. Now, I'm hurrying to speak, and I end up to stammer more.
Oh,
yeah. So just sit,
and relax.
Listen and nod. You can do
So I've been doing well.
Yes, you've been doing well. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Kenyatta, for coming.
Asante sana for having me. And I'm happy I have not stammered on your podcast. But if it has happened, it was really minimal.
It was really minimal.
Yeah, it was really minimal.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
Yes. So thank you. Sana. Yeah, people have been able to understand that. I was able to have a conversation, without kukwama. Yes, and so I think if I am part of that audience, we've done well. But also thank you so much for even starting this foundation in 2009 and even the one for the Nairobi support group ensuring that is going on, because I believe this is very important, not just to adults, but also to the children, that people are not just looking at this the stammering issue as something that is is not helpable, but as something that has a solution.
Yes.
So thank you for standing in the gap and also for telling our story. We don't have enough history books in this country.
Yes, we don't.
I don't want to talk about other countries, but in this country, we don't have enough books. They are talk about our origins, apart from the legends that you spoke about.
But also, ironically, it is only Luos and Ikuyus who've written a lot about their history, a lot about their culture. So I'll ask the people from other communities
to do so.
Because I've read about them and they have some deep and rich heritage that we need to protect and to preserve for the next generation.
Thank you.
Yes.
And my audience, my peoples, this is another episode of the Power Narrative Podcast by Dr. Zipio Okoth. And today we had Kenyatta Otieno. I just want to tell you, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kindly follow us on all our social media pages on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. And keep it here every Monday at 11 a.m. We'll keep bringing for you very insightful talks and engagements. Thank you.